Hello, hello, can anyone hear me? Hey, that's good. That's really good. I don't. I'm a little bit worried about the mix here, seeing if. But I think right now, the music is a decent level, and you can still hear me. Does that sound about right? All right, let's get to it. We got some work to do here. We got we got some work in our house. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. I am on a mission here, and I want to make the greatest resource ever to help you learn Resolve. Okay, this is something that we've been doing for 10 years here at Ground Control. This has been our thing, and I'm sick of it not being even better than it is. So here's what I want. I want you guys to help me create the greatest possible way to ever learn Resolve, and by learning Resolve, to make awesome videos, to create the kind of videos that you want to make. I want to help you get to your goals. I want you to be able to think about something and then confidently open up, in this case, Resolve, and make it happen. Okay, it drives me crazy that there are people who want to make videos who there's something between them and making videos. That sucks. That shouldn't be a thing in 2026. All right, so our mission here in 2026, we've had a lot of meetings and a lot of thinking about this, and I just cannot stand that you want to make something and you feel like you can't. That sucks. So let's stop that. Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have kind of a weird stream here where I ask you lots of questions. All right, you guys, some people have been commenting like, wow, you ask a lot of questions on YouTube. Yes, I do. You know why? Because there's no way to understand someone if you don't ask them about themselves and what they like and everything. And I'm just so obsessed with figuring that out for you, for you. All right, you just hanging out in the comfort of your house, sipping on coffee, even though it's 4 a.m. because you live in some weird country that I don't know about. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. You are gonna help me figure this out, and basically the whole Resolve community will benefit from that. Are we down? If you're down, this is the one time I'm gonna let you spam. If you're down for that, give me a thumbs up in chat, and I want the chat to go with thumbs up. All right. After that, you're not allowed to spam. Okay. But this is your one chance. If that sounds like a slice of fried gold for you, then make it happen. Thanks, Tacky Baboon. Tacky Baboon's on board. Okay. Yes, there we go. And as promised, what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be giving away some goodies. All right. We have some Resolve keys that we can give away. We're going to be giving away courses from Ground Control. And I'm thinking we'll probably just give away a course on each page at least. And that'll be fun. So here's how it works. After this spamming of the thumbs ups, there's no more spamming. There are no keywords. There's no participation, enter to win the giveaway. It's none of that. What I want from you is I want you to participate thoughtfully in this. If you participate thoughtfully, and if I ask you a question, you respond with, a few words, a sentence, something that is better than yeah in the comments, then you could potentially win one of these things that we're giving away. All right, because behind the scenes we're gonna have somebody looking and going, scientifically pointing at one of your comments and reading it, and if it's a thoughtful comment, you win. If it's something dumb that you're just trying to spam stuff, You don't win. That's not how it's going to work. Okay? Are you guys down for that? Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So here's the special stream. Help me design the best Resolve learning resource ever. Giveaways will be picked randomly from thoughtful comments and participation. Okay. Here's what we're going to do. I have, like I said, a series of questions. We're going to do polls in the chat. And what I want you to do, all you got to do, it takes 1 second. All right. When the poll shows up, Dan's going to load that up right now. When the poll shows up, I want you to answer it. And then I'm going to probably ask follow-up questions and clarifying things, because if at the end of this stream, we don't have at least a good direction to go in making the best Resolve learning resource ever, I'm going to be upsetty spaghetti. Okay. So here it is. What best describes why you're learning DaVinci Resolve? Okay. Why do you want to learn Resolve? There are a lot of reasons to. Okay. You can learn Resolve to make better videos, to improve the quality. You can learn Resolve just because you like learning stuff, or maybe you don't even know. And that's okay if you don't know either. If it's something else on any of these, I want you to put a comment in the chat and just start it with actually. All right. Just like, this is the only time I'm going to be okay with you being like, actually, I would love that. All right. And also something to mention is that it's hard to keep up with chat. If you just say yeah to something, respond in full sentence so that I know what the heck you're talking about. Please. Thank you. Okay. We're going to give this another minute or two on this poll, but that's what I want to know, is what best describes why you're learning DaVinci Resolve. Okay. Because right now, if you don't know, we have at Ground Control, we have courses. We have courses on Resolve. And we have a course on the Fusion page. We have one on the color page. And we have one on the Fairlight page, which these are like the more advanced pages of Resolve. And it's generally, once you know kind of the basics, how to get around, and you really want to dive in deep, it's going to be one of these for the most part. But we're finding something that I've noticed is that I don't know if people totally, if everyone totally understands why they need to learn color, or if they need to learn color, or if they should jump into Fusion, or if they should jump into Fairlight. And so we're just taking a step back and be like, okay, what are we really trying to do here? You know what I mean? Actually, I want to learn Resolve to create good visual storytelling YouTube videos. Okay, all right. But why Resolve then? Why don't you use Premiere or something else? Sorry, I said the P word. I've gone through the official Blackmagic design training, but also appreciate additional resources to help gel all the knowledge that have been force-fed into my brain. Okay, so what it sounds like there is more resources help you clarify it. Is that right? I want to create something with my own creativity. Okay, so just something to be creative. I'm using DaVinci to create content for YouTube and other social media channels. Okay, so so the reason you're learning DaVinci Resolve is you just want to make videos of some kind, right? Okay. Last chance to get in on this one. There's still people voting, so if you haven't voted on the poll, I'm gonna give you like 10 more seconds, all right? And Dan's gonna cut us off. And if you don't get your vote in, well, you should have moved faster. Don't worry, we'll have a lot more of these, okay? To improve video editing and earn more money, okay. My main reason to learn DaVinci Resolve is because I have 2 kids. We go on plenty of trips and I want to create quality memories. That's so wholesome. Good job. Want to learn more about tracking, grading, and placing 3D elements, but why? Just mark myself to a company today and they say, yes, so I have to get greater. So you're like, I am good at video. And they're like, awesome, we'll hire you. And then you go, okay, I better learn something. Oh, that's amazing. All right. You can hear Dan laughing in the background. That's my favorite part about working here is Dan's always lolling. Fusion's more powerful than After Effects in my opinion, and that is my weakness. Interesting. Why is that a weakness, board game mechanics? Why is that a weakness? Gosh, I'm just going to do like a full-on therapy session on all of you today. That's what we're doing. That's what my morning is. If you're down for it, great. I chose Resolve because it's not subscription-based and it's all-in-one tool and at least has all the tools in one place. All right, we're cutting off this poll. Okay? I have ended it. Okay, so what best describes why you're learning DaVinci Resolve? Okay, so most people, 78%, why learn Resolve? are in Resolve. 78%, it's because to improve quality. Followed by curiosity, which is 18%, okay? We'll just go with that. I know how to spell. You're not an idiot. And neither am I. Neither of us are. Curious. Okay? Cool. My wife says I should have became a doctor because of my handwriting. Why are you choosing to do handwriting on stream then, Casey? I don't know. It feels better. Okay? Feels better. Bought Resolve Studio a month ago. I love it. Learn Resolve and get therapy. That's right. Yeah. Actually enjoy documentaries and I want to learn how to put them together in a meaningful way. Interesting. All right. Dan is queuing up the next poll here. And so we're going to just keep digging down here. We have a few questions. So, Dan, go ahead and put that poll up when you're ready. I realized I want to edit and make content because it's such a creative way to both have fun and to work. Okay. This is an interesting question. How did Resolve feel when you first opened it? Okay. So this is question 1. Why learn Resolve? 2. How did Resolve feel when you first open it? Okay. Okay. This, I want to get on, basically what we're trying to figure out here is, for so far, why you want to learn Resolve. A lot of people, it seems like, want to learn Resolve because they want to make quality videos of some kind. It's not just like, I don't know, I'm trying something out and Resolve is free. You know, it's like, I want to make good videos. I think we can all agree on that. Then, how did Resolve feel when you first opened it? So what we're getting at here is when you look at Resolve, when you open this up and you're like, okay, here we go, Resolve. What is the emotion that you feel? Is it excitement? Is it like, oh yeah, this makes total sense? Is it, oh man, I feel like there's so much I can dive into here, but like, does it feel overwhelming? Does it feel frustrating? Tell me if it's something different than either of these in the poll. Please say, actually, it feels. Okay. Resolve looked like cool space tech. Yeah, yeah. Very overwhelming. Okay. Great free software. It's actually not only overwhelming, but also quite confusing, especially if you're coming from either no experience at all or from Premiere. Okay. What's confusing about it? Like, what's the confusing part? Some of these questions, by the way, they have this, there's a possibility this might come off like sort of condescending, or it feels condescending. I'm not trying to be that way. What I want to do is really understand. Okay. So, I'm going to ask you seemingly obvious questions sometimes because I want to make sure that we're thinking about this right. If it feels overwhelming or confusing, I want to know exactly why. Like, what is it about it? Is it that there's too many buttons? Is it that things don't feel like they're organized right? Is it that you don't have experience using something like this, or there's no like metaphors to compare it to? There's all these different reasons. And so I'm really curious. This is the thing that we're doing this this live stream because curiosity just after a while, it just gets too much, and we gotta sit down and have a family meeting. Not at all looks horrible, but if we try it, we can understand it. Actually, my son suggested Resolve first last night. I sat down, and then by the end of the time spent, I was so overwhelmed. I was sure he did know my abilities very well. I was ready to quit. Interesting. So even just like looking at the interface is a big deal. Don't know where to begin, which process to learn first. Now that is interesting. It's definitely overwhelming at first because of the new pages, media, cut, edit, and fusion. I eventually realized they're just dedicated tabs. Actually, it was exciting and different from the other two editing programs, which were nameless, of course. It's absolutely overwhelming even once you start to do things. Yeah, a lot of things make sense, but more I was working with it and I had an aha moment and started making sense. Okay, so that's something. How many of us look for that first aha moment? Like that whole, like, because that's a big thing. When you have this overwhelming interface and it's like, oh, actually there's this little nugget of victory there, right? Is that something that you look for when it comes to like Resolve? Like how many, okay, I want to see let's actually after this poll, Dan, let's put in an impromptu poll, because I do want to drill down on this for a second. And the question is going to be, have you experienced a little aha moment yet? Yes or no? And if yes, I want you to tell me what it is in the comments. Okay, we'll do that here in a second once we close this poll. Let's go ahead and close this poll. It's been 5 minutes. So 60% say it's overwhelming. 60% say it's overwhelming. 27% say neutral. And 13% say easy. Those are the people that are probably like nuclear physicists, and they're just like, dude, what are you even talking about? This is easy. I know that wasn't for me. All right, so Dan's gonna get that going, and he's a champ because I didn't tell him we would do that at all. He's just rolling with the punches. Can always count on old Danjo. There we go. Have you experienced a little aha moment yet in Resolve? Okay, have you experienced that in Resolve? If you have, I want you to type aha like this, aha, and then colon whatever it was. The big thing that kind of like when you first started Resolve made something click and you're like, oh, this isn't so bad. If you haven't gotten to that point yet, or you're still like, I don't know, man, just say no, and that's okay. Okay, so one aha moment is nodes are kind of like Photoshop layers. Great. Okay. Every software seems overwhelming at first, but if I watch 1 or 2 videos, it becomes completely unbelievable. Oh, nice. I go up and down in terms of overwhelm. Some days I feel like I'm coming to grips with the program, and then suddenly a whole new world opens up, such as expressions, and I feel like I will never know enough. Okay, so is that exciting for you, Mindspace, or is that intimidating? Because like I feel like there's 2 camps of people, right? So there's like, you know, when you have 1 million possibilities, I never know if there's an I or an A there, so we'll just kind of do both. A million possibilities. Is that exciting or stressful? Let's see, these are creative possibilities. For me, it's exciting, which is probably why I can jump in and learn some software and then make tutorials on it. But I know for a lot of people, it's stressful. Okay, so we have quite a few people who have actually experienced aha moments. That's really cool. here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do our first giveaway. First giveaway. We're gonna do a Resolve Studio license. So if you haven't put in your aha moment, put that in, and it better be an actual moment. Don't just say aha to get it. Okay, I'm gonna give you a minute to do that. We're gonna pick one of the aha moments here. And that person's gonna win a studio version of Resolve, and if you already have it, well, you can either have another one or you can pass it to the next person. Either way. And maybe we'll give you something else instead, if you already have it. I would like that if I were you. Okay, manually playing text behind a moving rotating object, i.e. a tower, and using keyframes to properly edit the mask. Yeah, masking things out. Realizing the cut page is extremely easy to pick up and start for absolute beginners of the software just to create basic edits. Nice. Anim curves was a big aha. Yeah. What I don't like about Resolve training is that most don't address my needs. I edit long files with maybe 10 audio tracks. I do movie grade fusion effects with maybe 100 or more nodes. So what training are you looking for if you're already at that level, Edward? Let me know in a full sentence that remind me what the heck I'm asking about, okay? When I started, I used to do things simultaneously at the same time. Then I began more modular and doing one thing at a time, and it became comparatively easy. That is a really great way to do it. Ooh. Okay, so 78% have had an aha moment. Okay, one more follow-up on this. Where did that aha moment come from? Did it come from a tutorial? Did it come from experimenting? Experimenting or practice? Did it come from a tutor or someone sharing it with you? Where did that come from? Let's do another poll that has these options there, Dan. Fusion Node helps me more than any other layers-based software. Interesting. Make the first animation. Learning anim curves by myself was a big aha. My first experience with notes in DaVinci Resolve was bad. Oh, with nodes. I watched a couple of videos and now I'm comfortable with nodes. It works just like layers, and color grading is cool. Yes. Using adjustment clips, I came from CapCut. That makes total sense. Being an independent filmmaker, my learning DaVinci Resolve has been a journey. Learning what I need to know with the circumstances arose from an effect or beginning specific editing skill. That's awesome. Okay. Great. I'm going to pick... Actually, let's have... Sam, are you around? Sam, are you around? Are you watching the live stream? Sorry, what? Are you part of the live stream right now? I'm on there. Okay. Would you pick a winner from the aha people? Oh. Then Sam's the bad guy, not me. See, that's what we do. That would be awesome. Yep, it's his fault. Everyone hates Sam now. See what I do? I pass the buck. I gave him no warning. At least I acknowledge it. Yep. Closest thing to aha is when I found out about a feature function. Somebody that replied with a thoughtful aha moment in the last little bit here. Aha came from my tutorials. That's nice of you. Do you want to just put it in chat there, Sam? Bit of both, actually. Nice. Tutorial and practicing. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. It's shaping up to be... mostly tutorials. Not a lot from tutors or friends. Probably because those are, like... not a lot of people just has somebody they know that's good at Resolve that can help them, you know? That's interesting. Okay. Aha moment came from out of frustration not getting nodes to work as I wanted, but continuing to plug in and remove connections until they work. So you just kind of kept trying it. It's interesting. My aha moment was a mixture of you and Daniel. Your spaceship where you cut the window out and put the alien in there, it got me thinking about inserting things. Nice. That's cool. Oh yeah, AI. That's a thing now. Yep. Why are you learning Resolve? Editing clips together for fun and profit and color grading them. I don't plan on editing movies and stuff, but also because nobody around can do it for me is good enough. Yeah. So it's kind of out of necessity. Makes sense. All right. Kexetuner. I don't know how to say your name, but it's in the chat. Congratulations. You won a DaVinci Resolve Studio key. That is so cool. That's so cool. Yeah. Resolve isn't an editor, it's an ecosystem. Yes. Okay. All right. Dan, let's go with the next one that we'd already planned. Get that all set up. Interesting. This is so great, guys. Thank you so much for helping me. I really, really appreciate that. You guys are amazing. Half my struggle was just bad navigation. So like just not knowing where things are. Is that what you mean? Mostly click buttons and see what happens. Occasionally I come to the tube and watch tutorials. Yours have been the most helpful. Thank you. That's cool. That's really cool. Resolve is my matrix, and Casey and the crew are the Voltron of DaVinci Resolve. You guys have helped me more than any books or manuals. With ADHD, dyslexia, you guys keep me having fun creating. That's awesome. That's awesome. My biggest challenge with YouTube tutorials is they already have a pretty good log video that's easier to balance out. My log footage is sometimes not good enough, so more work is needed before. Ooh, okay. I'm gonna write down some questions that I think these are my wonderings. So Dan, I think we'll eventually, oh, you can't see it under my camera. Eventually we'll make these into a poll also. Why does this do this to me? You need footage to practice on. Or do you need tutorials on footage that's more like yours? This would be eventually. We won't, I know this is sort of not organized very well, I'm sorry, but this is eventually going to be a poll here, Dan. So you can kind of get that ready in the background or something. I'm trying to help. What was the biggest challenge when you started learning Resolve? Either knowing where to begin or understanding specific tools or finding time to learn. Man, I think those are the big three, man. It's either where do I start? What do I do next? That kind of thing. Or understanding a specific tool, or finding time to learn and just being able to, you know, because like you can't learn nearly anything if you don't have time or energy to put towards it, right? Yeah. Okay, biggest challenge. All right. This here so we can still see it. Biggest challenge. Where do I start? Understanding specific tools. Time to learn. Okay. Hello to France. Thank you for a big hello from France. I appreciate that. Understanding the hidden right-click menus on controls in the inspector tab that have no direct indicators of them being there is both hard to find and also to understand. I have no idea on them. Yes, that's right. My bad habit with editing is thinking I'm so close to figuring something out for hours, so I continue to sit there thinking I'll get it myself. Then I look up a tutorial and solve it in like 5 minutes. Oh, I do that all the time. A huge part of my color process was my friend and I bouncing ideas off of each other. Yeah, I mean, it's amazing how much you can learn from somebody by just talking with them for a few minutes. I keep, like, I've sent emails about this before, but like there's this story of when I was learning pixel art. I'm really into pixel art. I literally sucked at pixel art. It was not great. And I somehow convinced this like pixel art guru guy to hang out and just dump what he knows. And I asked him questions, and we probably had a call for like 2 hours, and it absolutely unlocked pixel art for me. Like, it was so great, just because I could ask him a question and be like, dude, should I do this? And he's like, no. You know? I think that's so good. Real good way to go is to create tutorials for advanced motion graphics, like documentaries, for example. See, the only thing is that not everybody needs that. Like, less people need that than most. And unfortunately, the YouTube game is sometimes based on what more people are interested in, you know? And so yeah, there's that side of things too, which is unfortunate reality of how YouTube education works. Not saying I'm against that, but yeah, that's like a more specialized thing. I don't have time, but I know where to begin, and I don't know what tools to use. Oh, I don't know where to begin. I don't know what tools to use. So it's kind of both for you. Learning to translate from Autodesk Flame or Foundry's Nuke, both of which I know. Whoa. So you're already a compositing god. If you're using that, that's interesting. I still don't have enough for the type of footage I want to work with, so sample footage is always useful for learning as I plan my future workflow. Nice. Okay. Video, audio, color, motion, export, all in one software. Yeah, it's an editor, exactly. Or it's not an editor, it's an ecosystem. Yes. Okay, let's call this poll. This is interesting. So it's slightly more people understanding specific tools. That's 48%. Then 36% knowing where to begin. And 17% finding time to learn. Huh. Okay. If there's anything else that was like a really big challenge when you started learning Resolve, put it in the chat and just say actually first. And Dan, let's do I think let's do this one later. Let's do the next one that we had planned, please. What should I learn? I'm confused. DaVinci or Nuke? DaVinci. Yeah, you should learn Resolve. I'm someone who wants to make Resolve tutorials as well. I have no idea how to record the videos. Could you please give out some pointers on scripting and recording parts, video and audio? Everybody has their different ways of doing things. I don't really script mine. I basically go through it once and then I just explain it like I would explain to a friend, and then we edit it. Some people don't like editing so much. They like to plan it out. And so you could do it that way if you want, but you don't have to plan it out. It depends on what you're comfortable with. I want to learn so that I can create a wonderful video for baby. Aww, that's so cute. I spend a lot of time in trial and error mode, clicking and undoing, trying to understand how a tool behaves. That is very, very good. That's a good idea. Mediocre footage is great to learn with because it's more in line with how beginners will shoot more real world examples as opposed to perfectly shot footage. Now, see, I wonder, would it be more helpful? This is a big question. And this is kind of the same thing. Maybe we just re-say it or something, but like, would it be more helpful for us to teach you how to shoot better footage, or for us to give you footage that isn't as good? You know what I mean? Because like, I don't necessarily want to just like, not trying to be a jerk. I don't want to like make stuff that isn't as good I would rather bring everyone up to a better level. You know what I mean? We need both, kind sir. Okay, so I'm gonna just like go over here because we're gonna get into ideas mode here in a little while. Big ol' ideas. How to shoot better shots. We'll just we'll just put that on the side. So Dan, yeah, there we go. When learning Resolve, which do you think about most? What's the big thing that like keeps coming up in your mind? Am I focusing on the right things? There's too much stuff to remember, or I don't really worry about it. I don't really think about. I'm just, I guess, just trying to learn it. You know what I mean? But is there a conscious thought of like, oh, am I doing this right? Or, oh gosh, there's so much stuff here. I don't even know. Those are kind of similar, I guess. Yeah, because I don't know about you, but like for me, I guess I don't typically feel super overwhelmed by stuff, but I am worried about, am I wasting my time learning the wrong thing? Like that's the big problem with me. If there's a bunch of choices, I'm like, am I choosing the right thing? I don't care that there's a lot of choices because I feel fine ignoring them if I know what to focus on. You know what I mean? You guys feel that? Footage, the color grading course, it was nice to have your included content. Thanks. Actually, having more footage that needed to be improved on quality because filming wasn't perfect would be so helpful. But here's my struggle with that. If we're giving you footage that you can shoot, why don't you just shoot the footage? Frankly, like being like not trying to be mean, but like, why would I need to give you footage that you can make? Why don't you just make it? And maybe there's a legit reason. Please tell me the reason. Remember, this might come across as jerky. I just want to understand. My wife says that that's a thing with me sometimes. Is that I know you're trying to understand what I'm saying. I know you're just clarifying, but it comes across as a big jerk. Not the intention. I have a better camera, but okay. But should we shoot it with a worse camera then? You know what I mean? It's just buffering. Kindness buffering. All right. Make sure to be responding, guys, because we are going to be randomly picking a winner. And I think, I don't know, Dan, what do you want to give away from our courses next? All right. Guys, we have a course called Make a Film in DaVinci Resolve. Here's what it is. It is a end-to-end workflow course, and it's all about how to create a short film using Resolve as a beginner. And so basically, if you've went through our 5-hour free course, you know enough about Resolve to jump into this course. And what we do is we give you a whole bunch of footage and audio and stuff, like all the pieces. And we say, okay, time to create a course, or time to create a film. I forgot the word film. You want to talk about that? Is that what you want to make fun of me about that? So yeah, it teaches you how to make a film from end to end. And it's really, really cool. And if you've never made a short film, you can finish a short film and show your friends and family and say, I edited this. I did the effects. I did the audio. I did the color. I did the story, all put it together in the timeline. It's pretty cool. It's really, really cool. I think it's one of my favorite courses that we make. It's actually on sale right now. If you go to our website, it is on sale this weekend. The sale ends Monday. And so if you don't win it and you still want it, that is a great thing. It's pretty cool and we're pretty cool. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay. But before you buy that, why don't you just see if you win it real quick here? Sammy! Oh, Sam! Would you pick a winner, please, from somebody who's recently participated to win the Make a Film? Yes. A recent thoughtful comment, please. It's the order of editing that confuses me. Should I lay out all the footage and then add effects, or add effects to each clip, or color grade everything by the end? Ooh, okay. Okay. This I really am curious about. Okay, we're gonna do that here next. Dan, next thingy, actually we can call this one, we can call this poll, but for the next poll, I want to know is, and probably say this better, but is the order of operations or the workflow in Resolve, is that like the number one intimidating thing? I want to know if that's the biggest deal, and it's okay if it's not. So we want to yes if it's the biggest deal, and then no, and then tell me what the biggest deal is, with actually in the comments. So Dan's gonna make that happen. Did we pick a winner, Sam? It's in chat. Did I miss it? There we go. Congratulations, Haley Williams. I really like your music. I think you're just really great. And it's cool. It's cool that you're here. I don't care if it's the real Haley Williams or not. I'm going to believe that it is. I'm going to believe that Paramore watches my videos, okay? Thanks, Haley. Thanks for all you do. Thanks, real confirmed Haley Williams. Actually Haley Williams, thank you. If you don't know who Haley Williams is, that's okay. Nobody's perfect. Okay. Okay, I have a follow-up question if the workflow thing is a thing, because I really want to... We'll get into the nitty-gritty. Did I need to learn every tool in DaVinci, or just learning the basics and start making your first video? Ooh, see, that's a great question. I don't know if that's a question you're asking or if that's something you struggle with or whatever, but the answer is you don't need to learn everything. You need to learn the minimum amount, and then start trying to make something. Hey, Dan, do you want to know the next thing? Is that what you're asking? Oh, okay. He's talking to somebody else. What's up?
I don't understand what your question is.
Sorry. I'll explain it real quick. I want to know is the number one thing that most people struggle with. I want it to be something like, is a what to do order or workflow the number one thing that you struggle with in Resolve? What do I do next? Yeah, let's say that. Is what do I do next the number one thing you struggle with Resolve? That's what I want to know. Because if it is, then we can just really help you. If it's anything else, let's explore that too. Does that make sense, Dan, or did I talk dumb? I talk dumb? All right. Is What do I do next? The biggest... no, let's take that down. Sorry. The biggest struggle for you in Resolve. I want this, exactly. Poor Dan. The thing is, being my friend is hard enough. And then being my friend and trying to listen to exactly what I want, that's hard enough. Doing it in front of everyone. Yes or no? The choices are yes or no, Dan. Yep. That's what I'm... Yes. Beautiful. Thank you. Yep. So it's okay. Dan can beat me later for what I've done to him. Dearest Daniel, I am so sorry. He's speaking a blessing over me. I don't know if you can hear that, but okay. Motion graphics is hard not to do them, but what do I do where storytelling and emotions for me? Miss the poll. That's okay. We have lots of polls. Don't worry. Struggle currently is making nice rough cuts. What do I do next is the next question when trying to achieve my vision. Trying to experiment and then failing. If this is not the biggest struggle, I want you to say biggest struggle in all caps and then just type it as clearly as you can. And you know how, I mean, you've seen how I do it, so there's a lot of grace there. I don't know that workflow is the issue. It's more for me the things in the workflow. I know generally what I need to do in order, just when I get some steps, I don't quite know what to do. Okay, all right. So, okay, what about, I know the next step, but not sure how to do it. That's my biggest struggle in Resolve. Okay. Yes. No. Okay. Very clearly, Dan, this will be the next one. All right. Again, not being condescending, being clear. Because sorry about the last 20 minutes. Now I am. Okay. Biggest struggle, memorizing the keyboard shortcuts. Biggest struggle, data management. Biggest struggle, how to make motion graphics look good. Okay, so that's like design stuff, right? Learning all the settings in the inspector nodes to achieve the looks that I want. So that's, yeah, I think how to do it. What I struggle with is learning effects and audio that specifically fit into a scene that I had shot. How to make the most impact and feel. Okay. Biggest struggle, Fusion tab. A lot of things are there. I can manage with help with a tutorial, but on my own, I'm clueless. Now, see, that's interesting because the Fusion tab, the Fusion page in itself is not the struggle. All right. Is it that there's a lot of stuff in the Fusion page, Fretlex? What about it feels hard? Okay. Biggest struggle, the ground control footage, which is very appreciated, is more VFX geared compared to creator influencer geared, which is a different aspect. That is a great point. That's a great point. We love making short films here. And I know not everybody is super into making short films. Okay. You made tutorials for color grading only for professional cameras. If someone like me, I have an Z10, I've recorded face cam that you can please teach me how to color grade specifically with free DaVinci, please. Biggest struggle, memorizing keyboard shortcuts. When I lose all my data in data management. Fusion page, a lot of ideas, and I don't know where to start first. How to composite shots with green screen. Understanding what I need to color grade something. I know it's a bit nebulous, but how do I know what needs correcting? Also when the correction looks right. So when's it done? Understanding node workflow as well as the effects. Okay. Knowing what actually looks good. I feel overwhelmed in color grading tools, so much to understand and learn. So you're overwhelmed. Remembering nodes. How much is the effect to bring about the feeling that I want? It's appropriate to use effects. Okay, so what do I do next is it's about split, it looks like. So it's like 50-50. Ish. So that's not necessarily the biggest thing, although half of you do think it's the biggest thing. So that's not nothing. That could be the second biggest thing. Oh, I guess it's 60% yes, isn't it? So it's slightly yes. Okay, I'll buy that. I'll buy that. 60-40. But it's not overwhelmingly like everybody's like, oh, yeah, yeah. All right, we need a few more votes on this poll, guys. Make sure that you vote. It's at the top of the chat. We're also going to be giving away some more goodies here in just a few minutes, so make sure that you're participating in the chat. Biggest struggle, keeping it simple. Getting started with new workflows, easiest to do when I have a goal, but hard if it's part of a job with a timeline. Biggest struggle, how do I know if it's good, because there's always something better we can do. Okay, so how do I know if it's good? Okay, let's, how do I know if it's good? I just don't want to forget these things. I know it's what I want to do, but how do I do it? Remembering nodes' names, duct taping stuff together in Fusion just to find out there's a pre-built tool for it ready to be manipulated. Dude, try making tutorials and then finding that out. Doing a whole tutorial on how to dehaze things, and then like a month later figuring out there's a dehaze effect. This is not so great. It's still valid, it's okay. Making sure Fusion settings are correct. Has my video not minimum, neither maximum DaVinci Resolve standards, so has to be more professional than others. Color correction and grading. What about color correction and grading is a struggle? I usually know the next step conceptually, but transferring that to the right tools and nodes and resolves where I hesitate. Okay, so you know that like the next concept is like, okay, well, now I need to put in the story. Now I need to do this. Now I need to do that. But how to go about that is the rough part. Is that right? Batch cut multiple videos at the same time for dead air. How long is the stream? I have an appointment. I shifted 2 hours up. Yeah, we'll probably be here possibly another hour. Might be shorter than that. It won't be longer than another hour. We'll just see how far we get here. I know the next step, but I'm not sure how to do it. It's my biggest struggle. So that is definitely a little bit more. Okay, I know the next step. How to do it is my biggest struggle. Okay. Yes is 68%. No is 32. I know the math. Okay. For me, best learning would be getting familiar with the environment, getting bare minimum to start on working on video editing. Last would going to specific portion of Resolve. Okay. Bare minimum. I like that idea. My biggest struggle is understanding the different clip types and how to use them. Yeah, let's go ahead and just do the next planned one, please. Thanks, Dan. Not gonna be able to hang around for the whole thing. Well, that's okay. Thanks for being here as much as you can. At the moment, syncing multiple camera clips with external audio file when doing multicam. So yeah, audio is a big thing. How do I find good tutorials if there are any errors or issues in DaVinci Resolve? I still don't find any good videos on YouTube. That's the thing that's hard, is like you can't make a video on every single possible thing, you know? And sometimes something's only an error or something for like a week and then they fix it. That's what's rough, is like a lot of problems that happen with Resolve are from like the very newest the newest build that they're gonna fix in 3 days. And so it feels weird to even make a video about it. Yeah, and like it hasn't been around long enough for ChatGPT to know anything about it. People might be posting on the forum, but yeah, it's kind of rough sometimes to like squash bugs and stuff. Can we have an all above option for that last question? Okay. So this is interesting. Okay. Just a reminder, let's keep doing this. If one of these is not your biggest struggle, put biggest struggle in chat and tell me what it is. And if I see one that pops up a few times, we'll probably do a poll on that, okay? This will be a recording, guys, if you want to rewatch it. I don't know how valuable this will be to rewatch, because it's more about discovering things as we go, but you know, you're welcome to watch it if you want to. My biggest problem is probably figuring out how to combine video clips in a way that flows well and knowing what motion graphics will actually help and what will detract from the impact. So that's more about what's appropriate for the message of your video. Ooh, that's a big one. I can't transform the vision from my head into a project that I want to. That is a huge, huge thing. Let's do that for the next question, okay? Because I want to dive down to that. If we can at least agree on something that is a huge struggle today, that's going to help us so much to make good stuff here. I know what I want to do, or have a vision in my head, but I don't know how to carry it out. Okay. So Dan, this will be the next one, please. This one right here. Boop. Cool. Hey, dang, thank you so much. That's awesome. You sweet friend. Thank you so much. That's really cool. Biggest struggle, storytelling. Okay. Biggest struggle, proper export settings. How to make sure I'm on the right track and learning the stuff rather than going back and unlearning the stuff again. Yeah, so am I learning the right things? Okay. All right, let's also, so this will be next, we'll say, of all the possible options, how do I know I'm focusing on the right things? Okay. This will be next. So not, or this will be after this one. Okay. Okay, so if you haven't voted, make sure to vote. What kind of learning help do you prefer right now? A structured learning path tutorials on individual features or creative ideas and inspiration, right? Because if it's like, you know, how to make a movie, it could be like, this is how you make a movie. Step 1, step 2, step 3. By the end, you'll have a movie. That would be the first one. Next is, here's how to do color for your movie. Here's how to do sound for the movie whenever you're going to do it. Here's how to make sure that your movie has a good story. And then you can kind of pick. Or the other one is, look at this awesome movie. Look what we can make together. And like, here's the inspiration. Here's what you can do in Resolve. Go ahead and vote for that. We'll wait for a couple more votes and then we'll end it. We're also going to be doing a giveaway here pretty quick. So make sure that you are responding in the chat because we're going to pick winners from that. All right. So Danjo, for clarity, the next one is this one right here. Biggest struggle is trying to translate the way I see the world in my head to something that's correct for the rest of the world. The way I see colors is oversaturated compared, which messes it up. Ah, yes. I feel like I'm not colorblind, but I feel like I see oranges or reds weird because, I mean, this happens a lot, like a surprisingly large amount of the time. This right here is orange. This is orange. Like the orangest orange. Like you got an orange from the grocery store orange to me. All right? And no one else agrees. And that's very frustrating. But I call it red because everybody has, what's the word where you convince somebody you're right even though you're not? Everybody's done that to me. My biggest struggle is calling that red when it's not. Just lying through my teeth. No, I looked it up. I know it's technically red. I've been down this road because I wanted to prove y'all wrong and I know that I'm wrong. That's troubling. Biggest struggle to use the software features because there are many features. Okay, so the results of what kind of learning help do you prefer right now? Okay. We have learning path is 49%. Okay, so half of you want a structured learning path. That makes sense to me. 33 wants tutorials on individual things. That's 33%. And then what else? Creative ideas and inspiration. Inspo is going to be 18. All right, cool. That helps a lot, guys. Because we can make better YouTube videos, better courses, everything just from understanding this a little more. I love being able to know things. This is so helpful, guys. Thank you so much. I think we should pick another winner. What do you think? I think so. Dan, what should we give away now? Oh, dang. All right. We're going to give away a course, our beginner fusion course. So if you are not awesome at fusion, but if you're like, yeah, dude, that would be good. We have a course called Fusion 101. It is an introduction to Fusion, and it explains everything that you need to know in detail about Fusion. And there's a lot of really great hands-on projects, and it really has helped a lot of people know Fusion. And there are people in our community right now that are making stuff in Fusion and getting paid for it and being excited about it that a couple months ago had no idea how compositing worked at all. That's real. That's pretty cool. All right. To join the giveaway, all you have to do is have participated. And so we're not going to spam words or anything like that. all you have to do is give thoughtful answers. So we're going to do that in a minute or two, because I want to give you guys some chances, people that just got here, to join the giveaway by telling me what I want to know. So make sure that you're voting on the poll up there at the top of the chat. Make sure that you get your vote in and tell me what I need to know, and I will bribe you with cool stuff. All right. And then if your biggest struggle is not these things that we've been talking about, comment biggest struggle, or you can comment why these are your biggest struggle, or that I agree with these things. Okay. And all you have to do is be honest and open, like a nice, just a really great friend, you know. I'm decently familiar with Fusion, but there's still a lot I don't know. Structured is great, so you feel confident that you know it all, but individual tutorials are great for follow-up when you get stuck. Yes. So it would be nice if there were both, right? So it's like, here's what to do, and then here's reference, right? So let's just put this on the thinky chart here. Here's a path and reference. Okay. All right, Dan, the next one we're gonna do is this one, this blue one right here, okay? So you can get that ready, start typing it out in the typey thing. I know words. I still don't know the word I'm trying to say. That's frustrating. Okay. We're hitting something here. So I know what to do, or I have a vision in my head, but I don't know how to carry it out. Okay. 82% say this. 18% say this. Interesting. 3D motion graphics. Biggest struggle, I don't agree at how do I do a part, because once I know what I have in my mind, like the full film, then how to do it is just not that hard nowadays. See, I agree. And so there's some, if we're going to make, because guys, if you're just getting here, what we're trying to do is make the very best resource ever for learning Resolve. Okay, because it drives me crazy that you want to make videos and there's stuff in the way. I hate that. Okay, so what we're trying to do is figure out the very biggest struggle that people have with Resolve. What's the problem? You like making videos. Resolve makes videos. What's the problem? I'm feeling crazy today. There's no single source of references and tutorials available online that makes it harder to learn for beginners. I'm confused what that means. How to match colors and sound of different clips. So matching clips together. So that's a specific thing for sure. Yep. I want to have confidence and courage to be in front of the cam to make content, not so much to do with Resolve. Yeah, that's important. I mean, just even stepping out of your comfort zone, that's a big thing, right? All right, Sam, let's pick one of these lovely people who have participated and see if we can give them a Fusion course. What do you think? Paul Giamatti. Yeah, Paul Giamatti. Anime editor, so I have to upscale and better line art clarity. So there are many ways to do things. How do I know which is optimal to do, like Luma filter or Fusion? Yes. And see, that's like the little tiny things. There's so many, that's the thing, is there's so many little skills embedded in what you want to do that it can feel overwhelming sometimes. And sometimes it's not clear which skills you need to look at. Hey, we need more people to vote on this one here. We need to have a good amount of people weighing in here. And so if you have not, please do that. Of all the possible options, How do I know that I'm focusing on the right things? Is that you? Do you feel like that's the struggle? Yes or no? Is that like the main thing? You're like, there are so many things to choose from. How do I pick? That's what I want to know. Is that your biggest thing? Biggest struggle to find videos for Resolve coloring green screen footage for proper skin tones. Yeah. It's hard when there's so many things that you could do in Resolve and you're like, man, I wish somebody could fix my specific problem. But like everybody has different problems, you know? That's the thing. Ooh, a mini course on how to use a small selection of Fusion nodes to do a variety of things. A Swiss Army knife. Yes, it's so good. Fusion and Fairlight are the only part of Resolve where I regularly feel stuck instead of just slow. Ooh. What's sticky about those? What is that? I love that I know what I want visually, but turning the idea into a working node setup is a real challenge. Ooh. So it's the execution, right? It's not the vision, it's the execution. ChatGPT recommended you to me. That's awesome. Thanks, ChatGPT. Thanks, Gary. We call him Gary around here because it's less terrifying. Same reason they make robots look like people. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Workflow. How do I start a project? How do I end it? What do I do in the middle? Congratulations, Barbuna Alexandru? Barbud Alexandru? You won the intro to Fusion 101. Congratulations. Send an email to info@RTH Studios. Thank you. That's cool. That's really cool. Your toast video was the first time I was able to even attempt the Fusion page. That's so cool. I love that you can do Fusion now because of that. That's so awesome. All right. If you haven't voted, make sure to vote in the poll above. 'Cause I want to know. It's easy. Yes or no takes 1 second to go click. I want you to do that. If you're watching this, click it. Okay? Superman's robot is named Gary. Is that a reference to ChatGPT? I believe so. Really having trouble with nodes in Fusion. I've been working with it for a while, but I'm having trouble getting it to work the way I want to, and it's a lot of nodes. So is that a problem? Is that an overwhelming problem? There's too many choices? Because I think, okay, I'm starting to like wonder if there's kind of like maybe three categories of problems here. Is there's too many choices. There's the execution / specifics, or what do I do next? I feel like that's something like what we're doing. I'll have to set up a set. Thank you. Hey, Board Game Maniacs, thanks for being here. I appreciate that. From a money perspective, do you think learning video editing is worth the effort if I want to go all in? Yes. Yep. Definitely worth it. And I really think you can, if you're dedicated, you can learn to be pretty darn great at it in not too much time if you're committed. And especially if you tend to pick up software or similar things, like especially if you're doing like audio production or something. Video production is just so easy, or it could be easy. If you're an audio person and you're having trouble with video, there's probably reasons for that, but yeah, it's definitely easier to pick up when there's similar things that you're familiar with. Thank you for your Fusion classes that you've made. They've helped me so much in learning that most everything that I've been doing was the wrong approach. Oh, dang. That's a strange thing. It'd be great if there was a Ben Marriott and Joshua Galindo's art style type tutorial, but with Fusion instead of Adobe. Yes, yes. Dude, those guys are so great. So great. Will AI replace the need for fusion? In some circumstances, yeah. I would think so, but not all the way. Not for a while anyway. What's next? Let's see here. Ooh, that one's a good one too, huh? Of all the possible options, how do I know that I'm doing the right things? Yes. Let's do the next plan one, Dan. Let's just keep drilling on that. 78%, 32%. So these are definitely stronger. And we're going to probably round back out on these two. And kind of just double check these strong ones. Because like... yeah. I'm excited to dive into this stuff. This is really interesting. The node interface can be intimidating, but has to be one of my favorite interfaces. It's worth the struggle. Yes. Too many choices is a good thing, but it makes it harder to get started. What about makes it hard to get started? When there's too many choices, what makes that hard? Just let me know in the chat, guys. Make sure that you vote, by the way, for the poll. We're going to do lots of polls today. I just want you to vote on every poll, okay? We are extracting the knowledge from you, and I'm bribing you for it. I'm just being honest. That's what we're doing. We are going to be doing some giveaways. We're going to be giving away some more. We're going to give away another Resolve key, as well as more courses from Ground Control. So if you're wanting to learn Resolve, oh boy, we got some good stuff for you. So we'll be doing another one. All you have to do to enter is just keep participating, and we're going to scroll up and down and try and figure out and just kind of randomly pick somebody. Make sure their comment is thoughtful and actually participating. And if it is, then you win. Isn't that cool? Yeah. How am I focusing? How do I know I'm focusing on the right things? Yes. This is a big thing. So I have a vision in my head. So question then for this next one, let's say, or for after this one. So how do I know I'm focusing on the right things to achieve my vision? I want to clarify that too. How can I be confident? How can I be confident I'm not wasting my time learning stuff that won't help me make what I want to make in Resolve? Okay. We're trying to drill this down to where I say, this is your biggest struggle, and you go, heck yeah, that's going to be the victory. We're on our way. So yeah, next one will be this blue one, Dan, after this poll has enough people and the stuff. Okay. Too many choices. It's hard because I can't decide what would be the coolest, most efficient, easiest, best quality thing to do next, and what should I prioritize? Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh, that's like my whole life. That's me all the time. It's like, oh, this is a great idea. Is that the best thing though? What's even the meaning of anything? Like I immediately go to like existential questions. Love to see a video on how to color grade mobile phone footage in DaVinci Resolve along with advanced node-based color grading and skin tone correction. Ooh, yeah, that's cool. Step-by-step tutorials are really the most useful because I'm usually at the point of looking up, how do I do the thing? Having someone walk me through the thing is very helpful. So in that case, you would need a specific guide on every single possible thing so that you could pick the right thing that you want to do, right? Step by step are the ones that help me the most. Biggest problem, sometimes being a content creator, doing everything as planned, being satisfied with it, and then posting it and getting no reach love. How to be motivated. Ooh, yes. It's like you put everything into a project and you put it up and it feels like nobody cares. I know that life. I know that life. That's not a good time. I want to understand why the tools exist and why they act and what they actually do, not just how to use them to get a specific result. Otherwise, I'm only memorizing and not able to adapt. So it's the application, right? So, okay, I feel like that's a thing. Application. What is the application of XYZ tool? Why is it there? Okay. This one will be later. All right, make sure you vote on the poll up there. I know there's a lot of polls. This is an intense stream, guys. This is my time to learn from you. All right. Thank you to everybody here. You're so helpful. Thank you. We're going to learn so much from this. That's like 99% of people who publish works online. Yeah, that's true. I don't want to learn After Effects. I want to do all motion design and 2D work inside of Fusion. Please teach complete After Effects style workflows using DaVinci Resolve. We have 4 courses on that. 4 courses on basically that. So we do have a motion graphics course, which is Fusion 201. And that's all about how to make motion graphics in Fusion. And it's a lot of stuff that you would make in After Effects, that kind of idea. Same thing. Not so much the follow me, but this is why and how to what's being done. Actually, in DaVinci, there's a lot of things to learn, and I need to master all the tools so I can create any kind of results that I think in my mind. That's it. So it's like kind of an intimidating thing of like, oh, I need to understand all of it so that I can do any possibility, right? That's kind of the thought there. Hey, George, I hope you're doing well too. I mean, you're bribing us, so you're welcome. Yay. Okay, what style of Resolve tutorials do you usually prefer? Step-by-step instructions, concept-focused explanations, or short tips or techniques? Now that's interesting. Short tips and techniques are way smaller than I thought. Way smaller. I would have thought that it would have been about equal. But step-by-step instructions, most of you like that. Interesting. Okay. Step-by-step is 61. Concept-based is 36. And tips is 3%. Man. Okay, so that's a pretty decent decent size. See, what's interesting about this is I don't prefer step-by-step tutorials. Like, I prefer the conceptual stuff. And so that's really interesting to me because I tend to feel like those are more valuable because it's more of a wide application. But I think the problem is that it's harder to see the application when it's not specifically applied. Does that make sense? Because like, yeah, Dan and I were talking about this yesterday. Like, man, it's like if you just understand these concepts, you can do anything. But the problem is the confidence there is really hard because it's like, oh, okay, well, I believe you, but I don't, there's nothing like obvious that I like, show me what I can do because I know these concepts instead of me just truly understanding the concepts. You know what I mean? And that's what's, I think, hard for me, because like, I feel like I can connect the dots, you know, and I know a lot of people can. They can connect the dots of like, oh, now I know this concept. That means I can do all this kind of stuff. But like, that's harder for a lot of people to see too, I think. Really cool content, the podcast. Thanks. That's awesome. Yeah, we're going to be recording more of those soon. We've kind of taken a little time off. Detailed few hours long course is the best, huh? Make video where you teach video editing and Resolve and also explain how beginners find clients, approach them. So yeah, finding clients, that's a big thing. I feel like that's just a little out of what we want to speak on these days though. The clients thing. It is important. It is important. But I feel like it's like kind of beyond the scope of what we feel like teaching at the moment, you know? Realize the other pain point is that people have to actually know how to use the program and work in the workflow of editing. Sure. Do you mean like general, like how a video goes together? Is that what you're talking about, Ryan? I would say the tip thing is so low because it's covered very well by people like Daniel Batal. Your videos seem to tend towards the long format. Yeah, that's true, I guess. Yep. How can I be confident that I'm not wasting my time learning stuff that won't help in Resolve? This is a big one, okay? Like, is this your main struggle? That's what we're asking. Is your main struggle, how can I be sure I'm not wasting my time learning the wrong thing? Like, when you look at Resolve and you're like, okay, time to learn Resolve. Oh gosh, what if I learn the wrong thing? Is that your main struggle? Or no? Okay? That's what we're asking. Nobody does concept videos nowadays. They just try and teach you how to press buttons. Not true. I do concept videos. You take that back, LNM and Fusion for Motion. You can't compare someone with years of experience that has done all sorts of jobs from beginner to immediate. You're in a whole different level, so it's easier for you to see the use in those. Yeah, totally. A lot long courses, then I want to get an overview and watch them at 2x. Yeah, that's kind of what I do too, is I'll watch the whole thing and then I'll watch it back again. I do that with books too. I feel like a lot of things people go to Color or Fusion can already be done in the edit page. It would be amazing if Resolve had built-in motion graphics tools. They're like a light version of AE. Yeah, I mean, there are a lot of things you can do in the edit page for sure. If you add multi-language support, especially Hindi, they'll become even better. Okay, literally we turn that on. Like, it's on all the videos. I don't know why you get it. I don't know why it doesn't turn on. Like, our defaults are just to turn everything on. So I don't know why that's, I don't know why it doesn't show up for some people. Like, I'm not against that. It's literally no work for me. So let's do it. But I don't know why it's not showing up. I prefer having a kind of help library with short, straight to the point videos. Yes, on just that thing. Yes. All right, guys. So it looks like, how can I be confident I'm not wasting my time? Learning stuff is not like the biggest struggle ever for everyone. It looks like that's more of a maybe. Okay. That's cool. Okay, let's do this one next, Dan, and then we'll do our next planned one, okay? Guys, thank you for hanging with me. I know this has been kind of a long stream where I'm just asking you questions. It's not your typical Resolve Q&A. It is technically a Resolve Q&A, but it's more like an A and Q. And while we get that ready, let's do another giveaway, huh? How about that? Somebody was mentioning wanting to do some motion graphics. Let's do our motion graphics course, Fusion 201. This is going to be best if you know a little bit about Fusion. So if you win this and you're like, dude, I'm not ready for that, we could probably give you Fusion 101. But we're going to do Fusion 201 here. And Sam, if you want to pick somebody who has participated recently to win Fusion 201, that would be super. All right. So this, guys, I want you to hang with me here. All right. Is this your struggle? The biggest struggle, learning Resolve. This thought of what is the application of XY tool? Why is it there? Is that the first thing you think of when you're like, all right, cool. Yeah, we got Fusion. You know, what's this? Why is that there? Why would I ever use that? Is that your biggest struggle? Or is it something else? If it's something else, hit no. If that's your biggest struggle, hit yes. This is easy questions here. Sometimes I'm confused if I should use Resolve for motion graphics or move to AE. Ooh. Yep. I legit have never looked at that tool. That's awesome. You've been watching me edit. Fusion nodes are confusing to understand sometimes. In case you have Motion Design Studio, please give me the course. You have a Motion Design Studio. That's awesome. That's super cool. Next thing, I know how to make something, but I'm thinking there must be a way to do it faster and better. Ooh, okay. How do I... Okay. Let's do this one. We don't necessarily have to do this next. If you have one already in there, Dan, that's fine. But this one soon. The purple one. All right. Make sure to vote on this, please. On the poll up at the top of the chat. If you don't have the chat open, make sure to open that. Go up to the top of the chat and click yes or no. If your struggle is, why is this there? What does it do? Now I'm obsessed with trying to figure out why this is there instead of doing what I need to do. Is that your struggle? Good job, Abdullah. Hey, I'm really glad. I know I said that wrong. I'm so sorry. I'm American. Please forgive me. I have won. You've won the Fusion 201. Congratulations. Yay. Okay. What's the application? That seems to be 54 to 46. So maybe not the biggest obvious struggle. I don't use that tool if it doesn't exist in my brain. That's awesome. I'm glad that you got that. That's so cool. So cool. Okay. Ooh, we did this one already, didn't we? Or is this just similar? Yeah, we already did this one. I'm going to end that poll. Yep, we just did that one. Next one, please. It's okay. It's no problem. I know. Dan's juggling like 50 things back there, just like, and I'm like, do this right now. And he's like, okay. Please tell me how to retain audience attention when you have a very long form video to edit and make them sit in front of the screen to watch your edited video. Boy, that is tricky. I'm still figuring that out myself. Joined 10 minutes ago. Am I eligible for winning any of the gifts? Absolutely. Here's how you win. All you have to do is participate in the chat. So I want you to type things in the chat when I ask you questions. I want you to participate in the polls. I want you to kind of just contribute to the conversation. And every once in a while, we're going to pick somebody randomly from the chat who said something. And you're going to win something cool. All right? Okay. Okay. Ooh, this is a great one. What makes you feel like you're progressing in Resolve? So like, what feels like a win to you? Okay. When you understand how it works, or something works, or when you complete a project, or when you learn a new tool, okay? So it's like, ooh, now I have this new tool in front of me. Or, yeah, I just finished this movie. I feel like I'm really starting to get Resolve, right? Or when you're like, oh, okay, that's how you do a mask. That makes sense to me. Which one feels more like progress to you? Which one is the biggest one? Which one's the biggest one? If it's all of them, pick the one that you're like, yes, that one. And then the other ones too, but that one especially. If you didn't have either of the other ones, which one would feel the best? That's what we're looking for. Completing for sure, it builds confidence. Following step by step is easy, but good, but understanding tools and being able to use it in different scenarios is more valuable to me. My worst struggle is undoing things that I've done with the undo button doesn't work. Okay, real quick tip on that, make versions. Make versions. So, like, however often you want, duplicate your timeline and keep working on it. Just duplicate it every once in a while, because then you can always go back. You know what I mean? Understanding how it works. If I can do something as muscle memory, that's when I know I've improved. That's what I like. That's why I like step by step. Okay, that's interesting that you say it that way, because following a step by step doesn't necessarily give you muscle memory. It gives you you're following instructions, right? So maybe I'm not understanding that. Biggest struggle is understanding how things actually work in Resolve. Many tutorials are in After Effects, so when I try the same thing in Resolve, it feels longer and more confusing. Sure. If understanding how things work equals more aha moments and confidence in knowing exactly what I need to do, then yes, that's the most helpful. Okay. We're going to do a couple more polls, guys, and then I'm going to bounce some ideas off of you. Okay, that's what we're going to do for the last like 15 minutes of this stream. So I want you guys to in turbo mode, okay? As fast as you can, I want you to just lock in here for like 5 minutes, and we're going to ask the rest of our questions, okay? Because I want to get those done, and I want to get as many people answering this as possible, because that gives us better data, right? So if you haven't answered the poll above, please click it. Click which one that makes you feel most like you're progressing in Resolve. That's what I want to know. Okay. So let's see. Most like progress. And then completing projects. And then new tools. Okay. And just a reminder, we are going to be giving away some more goodies here, so make sure that you are participating, because we're picking from the people who are participating in chat. Okay? I think project paste is better. Like, you teach a concept and you give the project that applies the same ideas, but we must do it on our own, kind of like school. Does that make sense? Absolutely. Yep. When I understand how something works in Resolve, I can reproduce it, is what I feel like I'm progressing. Yeah, so like you get it and then you can do it again, right? My biggest struggle right now is that nothing's clear. I learned most things, but what should I do now? Yeah. Problem is that completing projects isn't always the best feeling, because some projects may be simple. Sure. I feel like I'm really progressing in Resolve when I learn something new and successfully apply it to my next project. Yes. So good. Learning best practices. Ooh, yes. Okay. Okay. All right, we're gonna do this a little bit quick, guys. So I need everyone, I need everybody in here to click on the poll as soon as it goes, because you're only gonna have a couple minutes to do it. So let's end this poll. It looks like 50% understanding how it works. So it's mostly that. Okay. So it's 51, 29, and 29. Cool. And then Dan, let's do the other questions that we have planned so far. Unless you already have this one up, then feel free to do that one. Whichever one you want. I feel like I'm understanding Resolve on a technical level reasonably well, but that isn't translating to great videos. Knowing how to do something and knowing what to do are entirely different. Ooh, what a great point. Shamshire. Nice. All right, make sure that you vote. We want everybody as quick as you can. Click that poll at the top because we got a couple more polls to do. Oh my goodness, Tyler, thank you so much for that super chat, man. Appreciate that. You so encouraging and wonderful. Good job, Tyler. That guy's awesome. Such a huge support to me over the years. Okay. We need a few more people to vote as quick as you can. How do you currently view Resolve in your workflow? Your main editing tool, one of several tools that you use, or I'm still evaluating it. Like, I don't know. It's Resolve is something. Okay. Okay, we got primary editing tool is like 88%. Resolve's the only program I know. Okay, makes sense. If I know how to do something, and I know there isn't a faster or more efficient way to do it and improve the workflow and total time. Okay. Cool. Lost in the Fusion page. I have no idea what node connects where. There's no clear way to learn it. Wrong! We have so many good ways to learn it. However, that might not have come across to you, which is a problem. Okay, let's end this poll. That's good. Primary editing tool, 88%. Good job. And let's immediately do the next one whenever you're ready. Use Resolve for editing, Isotope for audio repair, Topaz Video for editing options, and Neat for noise reduction. That's a good stack. That's a good stack right there. How do you find the right color for footage that emphasizes the story you're trying to convey? We teach that in Color 101, actually. But I also have a couple other free videos that are available on that. I might need to sneeze. Yep. Nope. Resolve's learning curve is a joke. Doing motion graphics feels like solving a 4D puzzle. Ooh. Okay. What about it feels so hard? Like, what makes it feel like that is so hard? Is it because there's so many options? Is it because there's too many buttons? Is it because it's not clear what to do next? You know? Too many tools and zero logic on how to use them. Interesting. So yeah, why are you wanting to learn Resolve if you feel like it's a mess? Do you feel like you have to? Like, do you feel like, okay, I got to learn this, but it's really, really hard? Because it's interesting coming in wanting to learn an app and feeling bitter about it. And I mean, I've definitely been there. Just curious. The color looks... So color does look like a mess, but Fusion doesn't look like a mess. Wow. Okay. Is it just because like when you look at the color page, it's just there's so many sliders and that is just overwhelming? Is that what you mean? Problem about motion, in my opinion, no grid snapping in Fusion, no clear tools to use, some outdated tools and stuff like that. That, I mean, yeah, that's fair. From a very basic timeline style editor, Resolve is quite crazy overwhelming. Okay. All right. Someone who's dragged many to the DaVinci side, Palpatine style. Most people feel obligated to make the switch due to somebody's rising prices and their market strength. Well, interesting. That'd be an interesting poll. Who feels forced to learn Resolve but doesn't particularly want to? Okay, last chance. Vote on this one. If learning Resolve became easier, what would benefit you the most? Feeling more confident using it, working more efficiently, or exploring advanced features? Okay, so if whatever was in your way of learning Resolve, is it the confidence that you want? Is it efficiency? Or is it advanced stuff? This is a pretty even split. Hey, don't spam PKT or you'll get booted. Don't do it. See? I'll tell you what goes on. Color page is a mess. That's interesting. So this, okay, I'm just clarifying, all right? And again, this can sound like I'm trying to be mean. I'm trying to understand, all right? This feels like a mess. Can we do a quick poll right before this one? Is when you hit the color page, is the main thing that it feels too overwhelming? We've kind of asked that, but I want to ask it about the color page real quick, because I think that's interesting. The color page specifically overwhelming. Let's end this poll and do the next one and do that. So is the color page overwhelming? Yes or no? Yeah, so this is pretty much a split. If learning Resolve became easier, what would benefit you the most? Okay. I think people saying that are very, very new to DaVinci Resolve. Yeah. That's probably true. That's how it's, how is that supposed to look? When you open those pages, they're empty and it seems they should be. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense to me. So like when you go to the edit page and you got nothing going on, like, it's like, oh, okay, that feels restful. You know, you go to the cut page and, you know, we have some stuff in here, but if you don't, it's like, okay, I'm ready to get started. You go to the color page and it's already crazy. There's already a bunch of crazy colors. It's already crazy alcohol rainbow pig when you get there. Yeah, FFS. That's great. It's towards the end of stream. Dan is now phrasing things as he truly thinks. Color page makes sense to me, but I've been using it for a while. I wish they had a color filter like they had in FCP Pro that I can use in the edit page. I found there's more than enough. Interesting. I mean, it's not overwhelming. It's not overwhelming, but it's like having to go to trial and error method, changing stuff and values to get contrast and sharpness and noise. I don't know what we're yelling about. Color page is a jump scare. Ah. That's funny. Don't know where to start when arriving to that page. It's very different than other pages. Color is easier to get than Fusion, okay. Color grading workflow is the most intuitive part of the app. Yeah, for some people, it seemingly. Huh. Yeah, interesting. Okay, well, we're just gonna start a fight with... Okay, weigh in up here, okay? If the color page is overwhelming, or it's probably up there on your screen. Is the color page overwhelming? Yes or no? Yes or no? Do we have other questions, Dan, on our list? That's it? Perfect. Okay. Let me take a few minutes and we're going to talk through some stuff there because I want to make sure that I'm understand. I just want to check to make sure I'm hearing you correctly. Okay. All right. Looks like 65% of people think the color page is overwhelming. That is higher than I thought, actually. Okay. Yep. I have a Color 101 course. In fact, let's go ahead and give away that course, shall we? Let's give away Color 101. Sam, you want to pick somebody who might really enjoy Color 101 from somebody who's participated recently? Let's do it. Okay. So if you've said something in chat recently, you are entered to win. And the people behind the scenes are going to be doing that. So, okay, if we were going to make a resource for DaVinci Resolve to help you learn it, whether it's a course or a program or a great big long tutorial or a coaching thing or a community, it can be anything. But what are the big elements? The big elements that should be there, considering all of the things that we've learned so far. What is going to help you connect between where you are now and where you want to be? What is the biggest thing? What comes to your mind? Let's brainstorm here because I want to know. I want to know. Then we're going to take this all back to the nerdery and think about it. All right. Here's my assumptions based on these things that we've been learning, and I want you to tell me if this sounds right, okay? A step-by-step roadmap. This is my first idea of something that might be really, really helpful, okay? Step-by-step roadmap. This would cover what's important. What do I learn first? What do I ignore? Okay, that answers that kind of thing. This sort of idea. This covers this. If you're like, this is the best, that's the answer. Tell me if, just say in all caps, the answer, roadmap. If that's you, if it was only that, would that be a heck yeah for you? Or if it's something else? Hey, thank you, Squim. That's so cool. You sweet friend. Just so you know, guys, Squim Electronics is one of our star students in our community, and she has done so much cool stuff lately, and I'm so proud of the progress. Learning Fusion, learning color, I mean, just diving in and doing projects. I mean, it's been so good, so inspiring to see that. It's been so cool. So thank you so much. Okay, so some people think, yes, that's the answer. Something else. Okay, let's keep trucking then. Let's keep trucking. Of our thoughts here, biggest struggle, I know what I want to do or have a vision in my head, but I don't know how to carry it out. Okay, so what about a how to do X if, let's see, if you want, let's say something like, if you want to do X, here's what ya need. So maybe it's like a kit almost, right? So it's like, wanna learn like, I don't know, like is that kind of what you're thinking? Say kit, let's just say, let's do it this way, kit. Say that's the answer, if that's the answer for you. Say the answer colon kit, something like that. Okay. What you need and why. That's most of the answer, kit. Okay, what part is missing there? If we had something that went through that did both of these things, would that be the best ever, or is it missing something? Thanks, Bonanza. You sweet. Best ever is both. What about reference? This would be the other thing. This would be quick look up specific tools, techniques. So that'd be reference. The answer is reference. Tell me about it. Is kit not reference? Yeah. I think this would be more like maybe here's the workflow. Okay, so let's clarify that. If you said kit was the answer, but you really thought it was a reference, just say reference instead. A base how-to library with step-by-step videos. So, okay, reference and kit is the answer. In combination with a concept course. Oh yeah, okay, concepts is the other big one. Here's how X basically works in Resolve. Now you know Kung Fu. Concepts. Is concepts the answer? Tell me about that. Dan, would you please make a poll with these 4 options? So roadmap, kit, concepts, or reference. The definitions are here for everybody. And let's do a quick poll on these and see what we think. And I know the answer is probably, yeah, let's do all of those. Tell me the most important ones. Because that's something that we could put more time or effort into or prioritize when we make things. I could do 3 videos of that instead of 1 of each, you know what I mean? I'd like you to take us through a construction of yours and then return to the beginning and explain each step, something eyeball to eyeball practical. Do you mean like, here's how I built this graphic? Like, look at this cool graphic, look at this graph, and then you go back and say, here's how I built it? I really enjoy Resolve videos where a creator makes a 10-second edit, which looks very hard to do, and then they make that edit and explain it. So it's here's this cool thing. Let's go through it slowly. Dan's computer just bonked. It was super loud. Funny to me. Funny to me. Would that not fall under concepts? Yeah, I don't know. Maybe. Dan's recovering. He has to clean his pee up off the ground before. All right, here it is. What do you want? A roadmap. What's important? Kit, here's the workflow. Concepts. Here's how this works. Reference. Quick lookup tools. I want everybody to vote for this. If you haven't voted at all, now's your time to shine. Okay? I want to know what the most important possible thing we can make. If we only made one of these and you're like, well, I'd like all four, but if you're going to do one, that's going to be the big hitter for me. Ooh, we're getting kind of crazy. I need everybody in here to vote. So if you haven't voted, it's at the top of the chat. All you got to do is click it. It's so easy. Crazy easy. Yeah, we're going to give away a studio key here in a minute, actually. So make sure that you have something in chat. And I want you to tell me which one of these you like the most and why. All right? Should you really ignore some things when you're still learning? I think so. Yeah, I think there's a lot of wisdom in ignoring 80% of a program when you're learning it. Show us the results you can do with it and then show us how to do it. Okay. I think if there were to be two, it would be concepts and kit. Kit because the workflow is basically everything, you know? Doesn't matter if you know a lot of Fusion but can't do a complete timeline. Yes. You can just search the tool in Google or YouTube. Yeah, I'm curious on what the perceived value is from everyone here on something like a reference, like a quick lookup thing. Is it actually valuable for me to explain a short thing that you could look up on ChatGPT these days? Like, do you still appreciate that? Or you're like, it's quicker to look it up on ChatGPT. I would love to say that I watch a creator and very excited about that, but most of the time I look it up with AI these days. You can call me whatever you want, but that's the truth. I'll always be honest with you guys. Roadmap's probably best for beginners to get a usable framework. Ooh, yeah. Kit is the most complete one. Okay. We need a few more votes here, so if you haven't voted, make sure to do that. What do you want? There's a roadmap. What is important? What do I learn first? What do I ignore? So this is like, okay, to go from to learn Resolve, like to feel like you are competent in Resolve. Here's what you do. This will take you from, I have to learn Resolve, or I want to learn Resolve, to I feel confident in Resolve. Okay. This is the path from one to the other. That's the roadmap. Okay. Kit is, okay, let's say you want to do this kind of video. Here's how you do it. You want to do this specific situation. Here's exactly how you do that. So it's like a little mini roadmap for specific things. Concepts is, okay, here's how nodes work, or here's how masks work, or here's how how a color grade works, right? Reference is quick lookup specific tools and techniques. So it's like a encyclopedia or something, or like a dictionary, right? You look up like, oh, this specific node, or like offset. What the heck does offset do? Well, there's a video on that. Okay, that's reference. Okay. Sam, would you like to pick a winner of the Resolve Studio from somebody who has thoughtfully added a comment here? You're better than Gary. Thanks. Career roadmap. Step-by-step things and tutorials are like making my own food by myself. Ah, yes. Nothing beats concept, guys. Concepts roadmap kit. Roadmap again? Oh, reference. Okay. I was going to say, what? Road and concepts are gold. We're kind of split on this thing. That's interesting. Okay. Imagine if we make the best resource ever here. So this is a roadmap, a general roadmap. Okay. Like, because I'm trying to think how to explain this. It'd be like a combination of roadmap and kit, maybe. Like, I just wonder what the most powerful combination of these things really is, because it is pretty split. It looks like reference is maybe less important overall. And I would agree with that, just because there's a lot of resources out there to just like learn how a little specific part of the thing works. I think like you aren't going to know to use the reference unless you are unless you're guided to learn that, you know, unless you just want to learn everything about it. All right, Mindspace 696, congratulations. Congratulations. You get a Resolve Studio license. That's pretty cool. Concepts can also be addressed in roadmap and kit. Yeah, and I think like, okay, what if, okay, gosh, I have so many questions and we just don't have time to get into all of them, but for a few more minutes, just hang with me, okay? Where you are now, so this is you now. This is you right now, okay? And this is you victorious, okay? Victory you. Looks like a star, okay? Victory you. You RN. Right now, Sam. Victory you, okay? This right here is this, let's say, a combination of steps. So like a roadmap, a hybrid roadmap that goes learn these things here first, that maybe even splits off into if X, if Y, 4, 5, 6, to get you to where you want to be. Is it something like that, where here we learn, you know, the minimum stuff. Here we learn concepts. Here we apply. Here we put into practice. Here we, you know, it's like more practice maybe. Here's like efficiency or something. How does that grab you? Victory, lol, yes, exactly. So for public YouTube videos, are you planning to design a course? Both. It's just in general, overall. Okay. Instead of more practice, refine. Okay. Refine. What do you mean by refine? Does that mean like go faster? Does that mean make it better? Does it mean like, is it like design or something? You need elements from all. Yep. I consider swapping 2 and 3. So applying the minimum stuff and then concepts. Clean up the workflow. Okay. A roadmap that basically has all the best, like a developer roadmap. Then you can also sell practical projects. I think most people want to learn enough so they can take on jobs. I think you have more beginner stuff on your channel, some more intermediate stuff would be great. Giving the desired result in less steps equals refine. That looks about right. Practice is doing the steps, refine is mastering the steps. Just add some entertainment as a nice flavor. Polishing, next level in quality, okay. Polish. Maybe refining the workflow. Okay. So most people say they want these concepts, right? Most people say they want the concepts. Imagine pages, editing workflows, real job scenarios, passion projects, and refine and start a studio. There you go. I'm just playing semantics here, but I think practice is kind of the box itself and is critical to each step, maybe for his experience. Okay. Left to right workflow infusion should be mentioned early so people aren't working with spaghetti trees. Yes. Basically looking at the roadmap, aren't we? I mean, yeah, I guess so. It's kind of a roadmap. You see where I get, you see where I'm getting confused here? Okay. This has been really helpful, you guys. Really helpful. So it looks like this is like the roadmap is 37, or the concepts is 37%. And the roadmap is 26. And the kit is 23. And the reference is 14. Okay. This is good. Roadmap that has everything A to Z. You start with the video and we'll always learn and be good. So here's a question. Here's a question then. Let's do one more poll and then I'll be done. Okay. We're also going to draw one more winner for a course at the very end here. Then I'm going to let you go because I'm hungry. I'm going to go eat some food. If we had something that was literally just, I'm trying to think of exactly how to explain this. If we had something that was, if a class, let's say a course, was like, get this result. Get this result. So it's color grade your first video. Or edit your first video. Or make this graphic, these graphics, or do this VFX. And it was from total noob to that result, and this was a course, let's say it was $50, I don't know, whatever. But it's something that you would have to pay for, let's say. All of the YouTube videos, by the way, would be there would be different versions of this and light versions of this and all that stuff, different pieces along the way. But let's say this were a course that says, I will go from, I don't know anything about this to I get this result. And along the way, it's kind of a roadmap, and it's saying, this is what you need. So like the minimum stuff, I can write stuff. Just do this. And then like some notes / concepts along the way. But if you follow the directions, you will get this result, and it's guaranteed. Is that something that is valuable to you? Does that feel like something you'd actually be interested in? Of like, color grade your first video. Like literally, here's a video, we're going to color grade it together, and you don't need to know anything about color grading, let's say. Is that the kind of thing that you want? Yes or no? Let's make a poll on that. So, noob to result course. And it touches on, it has a roadmap, and it's guaranteed that you will get to that result. But it's a sort of a specific result. And we teach the basics along the way. Okay, some of you are saying no. Tell me why no. Tell me why. Tell me what would be better than get this result. Because the thing that is interesting about that is that it's tangible. Like it guarantees this. Whereas if I say, I will teach you color, it's hard to know if I taught you color or not. Right? Like, how do you know if you know color? How do you know if you've learned it? How do you know if you've learned Fusion? How do you know if you have learned how to edit? How do you know if you're there? You know what I mean? Whereas like a course or something that says like, okay, get this result, or even a YouTube video, let's say, if the paying thing is not something you're into. Don't spam. That's how you get it. Do not spam. How does that differ from getting presets? Well, it teaches you how to do it. You know what I mean? So you learn how to do it with this, like, this example, you know? The color page is actually great, but I need a workflow. Do you have a kit for cinematic grading that shows what's important and what to ignore? I mean, yes, we do. It's Color 101. But I'm wondering if we're not quite saying that. But yeah, that's pretty much what you do, what it is. I know color when it comes in clutch in a client's video and they appreciate it. How do you know you're there? Every time I watch another video on Resolve, I see how many tools and tricks. Like, when do you feel like you really know something? That's the question. How do we get more creative adjustments? Can we make a difference? So not real beginner, more intermediate and pro. It doesn't completely teach how to do that. A lot of time videos are missing the why. Okay. Okay, I promise. This is the last one. Dan, can you make a poll that says most important why we do X in Resolve? Yes or no? Dan saying, hey, we've had a few people email us impersonating winners. Don't do that. That's a really crappy thing to do, and you should rethink your life choices. Stop it and get some help. You're going to really feel good if you took something away from somebody else? That's called stealing, bro. What the heck? You're better than that. Come on. Be an adult. Okay. I'm wondering, is this the key? Why do we do X in Resolve? Because I can teach you how to do something. I can teach you when, what to learn, all of that stuff. But is really what you need to know why? Or does it not matter why? I feel like an interesting concept for a video would be what features you may be using. You would be better using a different feature. See, and then that's just kind of like choice overload, you know? How about expandable training? Short basic introduction, and then you expand the training with a larger concept, and then go another video with more concepts building on that prior. That's interesting. A whole workflow to help people transitioning away from Adobe, like incorporating Affinity. Okay, one last question for you, and you can put it in the chat, and we're going to pick winners from this chat. What would be if you could design the absolute perfect course, and you're like, dude, I have let's just say $100, okay? I have $100, and I would absolutely, no question, I would put money down right now if a course existed that did X, that did this. Tell me what that is. All right? That's what I want to know. If there is a course and you're like, I'm not even interested in paying for training, but if somebody made this, I would pay hard-earned money for that. So I want to know. And I'm not asking just because I want to, we're trying to make money. I mean, we do have to make money, but like, I want to know what's valuable to you, and you typically will buy what is valuable, right? I want to know what's valuable. I want to know what actually matters here. And you're like, I will absolutely purchase that. If it's the Adobe Transition course where you're like, dude, if you made a course on Resolve and Affinity, dude, I'd freaking drop hundies. No problem. Cool. We might be able to do that. But please put it in the chat. Put your dream course in the chat. Your dream resource. Okay? Okay. Let's see what people think about why. Make sure to vote. If you haven't voted, why we do X and Resolve. Is that important to you? Is that the most important thing? If I didn't teach you everything about Resolve, but I taught you why the things that matter, would that be the best thing? Hondos. If this course teaches video editing along with how to handle clients and start earning. Okay. Narrative-based feature film workflow. Editing, VFX, audio, and DCP. Okay, cool. It's pretty much the same as the short film workflow, which would be our make a film course. Although we don't teach DCP, but it's pretty straightforward. Most important, if there will be a course on color grading, like starting from a crap look and transform it into a cinema look video. About Darren's color masterclass, been considering your fusion, you've probably already made what I need. That's awesome. You should get it. We have a 30-day money-back guarantee, so just try it out. If you don't know which one to pick, email info@rthstudios.com. We'll help you. Real-world applications hosting different editors. I ended movie night with my wife to try and win a license. Oh no. We're still giving away one more course at the end here, guys, from anybody who responds to this. Concepts have too many things, and I'm sure he doesn't need everything in their are already too many videos that explain concepts, but a roadmap will be really good. I mean, noob to result. I really benefited from your course. It was around 5 hours long and covered almost everything. I learned more from it than from YouTube. I especially liked how you explained a video from the video editors. What's valuable to me is learning about things that people rarely talk about, like Reactor. Okay. Perspective. I just wish you could help more with color grading, maybe as a free course. Thank you for everything you do. Okay. Affinity, Blender, Resolve, and OBS. Graphic design-ish course. How do we solve problems with an edit, graphic, whatever that isn't quite working? I like to make my own transitions. Free Resolve is so limited. Motion design, After Effects level. Full Fusion tools so I can get creative with them myself and handle any problem. Blender, Resolve, OBS would be awesome, or just Blender and Resolve. Best practices workflow for special effects and color matching special effects. All right, Sam, go ahead and pick a winner from this group of people, please. And we're going to give away our Fairlight course. Fairlight 101. A lot of people were saying they need help with audio. That is a great resource. If this course learn everything from A to Z and include making money. So when you say everything from A to Z, what do you mean? Like, what do you mean everything? Like, it'd be a 90-hour course. The whole motion design workflow. Do I teach teams? I mean, I haven't like coached like teams of creative people, not really. Might be open to it if you want to email us. More real life examples on how to get there. You made an extended course on compositing, that'd be dope. We do have one of those. It's called Fusion 301. That's like advanced compositing stuff. Yep, that's groundcontrol.film. Course situated on the beach of Hawaii with a 5-star hotel and a room service would be worth $100. Absolutely. I would do that. Standard look. I watched one of your YouTubes recently. It was looking S-Log. I don't have fancy stuff. Not sure others do. 80-20 rule of camera ownership. I think my dream course would include everything from idea to finished output, including filming, editing, artistry. How do I know what looks good? For me, a course does the option to easily skip parts you already know. Motion design, 100 things not to do. Non-linear course would be great, where you can jump from any chapter to another. Oh, that's interesting. So absolutely get me. It could be 24 hours long conceptual course, including alignment and timing when working with Fusion and motion graphics workflow. I would pay. Even basic graphic design knowledge would be nice. We do have a course on that, which is, I believe, going to be publicly available pretty quick. It's called Visual Design Essentials, and it's great. It's all about how to make better design situations or decisions. I've not played with Macro Lab yet. All right, we're gonna pick a. What's the matter?
Our winner is a wonderful name.
That's exciting. That's cool. All right. So Y seems important. That's cool. It's not showing up on my chat. Oh, it's because I'm on top chat. Stupid. Awesome. Congratulations, Barf Lone Star. It's from Spaceballs. That's awesome. Good work. Good work, guys. Good work. That's awesome. All right, guys. Hey, thank you so much for all of your insight today, guys. This has been so helpful. And yeah, we're going to get to work and make the best resources we can. This has been really, really helpful. I appreciate it. Guys, we will be back very soon with more videos and more amazing resources. And yeah, this has been really great. Thank you guys. Hope you have a great weekend, great day. And yeah, we'll see you around. Congratulations to the winners. See you guys later. Bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. I gotta figure out how to turn this thing off. Okay, here I go. I'm doing it. Okay. Okay, bye. Okay, bye. Bye.